Okay, so I want to talk about Itachi Uchiha today. I'm gonna bring two more characters into this. I'll mention the first one right now. It's gonna like make it like a whole trifecta, to kind of prove my point. Said I'm gonna bring Eren. Eren Yeager, right, from Attack on Titans. So Eren and Itachi, right? As I mentioned, both characters. I'm sure you guys already know that they are being compared a lot, in the anime community, and so they're being compared a lot because of the decisions that they had to make, right? Based on the choices that were given to them, right? And just a quick recap. Itachi had to, let's go with what people say, right? So Itachi had to sacrifice his family or his clan, right? For the world, and then Eren sacrificed the world for his family and his clan. Let's just call it like that, right? Just to make it simple and easy to digest. You can say that also Itachi chose to be at war with himself and at peace with the world, and Eren did the opposite. He chose to be at war with the world and at peace with himself, right? If you're looking at the contrast between those two characters. And I know that a lot of people online, right, they kind of give them a pass, about as far as like, it wasn't really their fault, based on they made the choices that they made based on they made the decisions that they made based on the decisions that were given to them, right? Granted, we're going to talk about that too, right? Especially with Itachi. But yeah, so I get that. So you have one who basically went against his own clan for the world, and then the other one went against the world for his own clan. So the third character that I'm going to bring up is the one and only Light Yagami, right, from Death Note. So just a quick recap again. Light, aka Kira, he finds this book, right, that falls from the sky. Like literally falls from the sky. The book falls from the sky. This book is called Death Note. The book has powers, right? So you write someone's name, as long as you have like a picture of what they look like. They basically die in 40 seconds of a heart attack, right? And there's other specifications as well as how you can kill someone with the book, right? So just a quick recap on Light Yagami, aka Kira from Death Note. So the title of this video is called Itachi Uchiha is a Scumbag. But there's a bigger conversation here underneath it. And I'm gonna come back on the bigger conversation, right? Regarding the title. So online, right, what you will probably see is a lot of people are very judgmental when it comes to Light, right? To even Eren nowadays. Like, I see a lot of people who they have their, everybody's, entitled to their own opinions, but, but the things that I usually don't see, the thing that I never actually see is how people are not able to look at what Itachi did objectively. And I'll bring this home, right? So people say that Light Yagami had a god complex, right? And which is true, which is very true, right? Like I do agree with that point, right? Like he did have a god complex. He was trying to play God. But do you know who else had a god complex? Itachi Uchiha, the scumbag. Itachi, right? And I don't think people remember how the story went because something happened in Naruto Shippuden, that kind of warped our mind, right? Like we kind of forgot certain details, right? But I'll remind y'all, Itachi could have chosen to do anything else. He could have chosen to do something else. The options were there. He chose to do what he did, right? I'll give you examples, right? He could have left the village, right? He could have went rogue. I mean, he did. He went rogue, right? Like he literally went rogue after after the massacre that he did, right? He could have tried to kill Dunzo, right? At least try, for your clan, for your last name, like, for goodness sake. He could have joined his father, Fugaku, into the coup, right? Because the Uchiha, right, were planning a coup. Who was leading that whole group? Fugaku, his dad. Join your dad into that revolution, right? Join him. He did not do that, right? Like, he did not do that. He chose what he chose, right? And we're going to dot our I's and cross our T's. So he chose to do what he did. And what was that thing? He chose to off his whole clan, including his family. He decided, emphasis on he decided, to off his whole clan, his whole lineage, the whole thing, including his own family. And we gave him a pass. We gave this lunatic a pass. Tell me, what kind of sick shit is that? Right? I see people online talking about, well, Eren, that's crazy. Eren could have just been a little bit more, comprehensive about, he could have just, it's just like, nobody talks like that about Itachi, bro. Nobody, like Itachi, and then I'll tell you why, right? And look, credit to Itachi, right? Like, actually credit to all three of these guys, because they're about that action, and no more talking. I want to see action. So what Eren did, I'm with it. Like, he wanted to do what he wanted to do. So be it. It is what it is. Itachi, he did what he did. You get what I'm saying? But then check this, right? Look how people view Itachi and compared to Eren and Light. It's crazy, bro. Like, it is not even fair, because you're looking at, and the reason why is because Itachi came back on Naruto Shippuden with a PR team. Y'all remember Edo Tensei Itachi, right? That's Itachi with a PR team. Literally. Like, dude came back, was like, with Dunzo explaining that whole thing, was just like, yo, I was in the Enbu, and Dunzo was plotting some shit, and then at the same time, my dad was also planning some shit. So I was right in between, bro. I had to choose. And then, I did what I did, And we all sipped on that tea. Because Itachi was just so cool to us, right? Growing up. And meanwhile, but the difference is that Light Yagami and Eren, they both owned up to who they were, right? At some point during the anime, they both owned up to it. Itachi, not that he did not own his actions, but dude was coming up with like quotes like, the world is judging me based on the decisions that I made, but they didn't look at the choices that I had. And bro, bump all that, bro. Like, you massacred your whole flipping clan and your family, bro. Like, bro, come on. What are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? And look, ultimately, when you look at these three individuals, right? I think the bigger question is that we all, I guess, probably, going back and forth is because we are trying to find out and figure out what is good and what is evil, right? So if I'm looking at what Eren did and I'm like, yo, that was good. But someone else is looking at what Eren did and is like, no, that is actually not, no, it's all subjective, right? It depends who you're asking. If you're asking an Eldians, hey, what do you think about Eren's decision? They will say, yo, I'm with it, right? Like, but you ask a Marlin to be like, no, brother, don't do that, right? Don't do it. So at the end of the day, it depends who you asking, right? And the bigger question would be, what is good? What is evil? And who gets to say which one is which, right? And how come what was once bad can be good, and how come what was once good can be bad based on time, right? There's certain things that happened 100 years ago, that was atrocious, right? It was evil. But today, we would look at it as atrocious and evil. Certain things that happened or that used to happen that was normalized, right? 100 years ago, that were bad in our eyes today. But back then, it was good. But today, it's looked as evil, right? Ultimately, that's kind of like the bigger question, right? Like, what is good, what is evil, and who gets to say which one is which? And back to what Itachi said, right? Like, the world does not, the world judges me based on the decisions I made and not the options that I had. Boo-hoo, bro. Like, bro, welcome to the world, bro. Like, look, and maybe that's like another conversation. We all get judged by the cover of the book and not the content of the book, right? Like, people are not there, right, like with you since you were born to see what you had to go through and what you had to fight for to, like, give you a pass. Like, it doesn't work like that, right? It just doesn't work like that. The world does not owe you understanding. It just is what it is.